So for this specific unit, we're analyzing the integumentary system, which consists of your outermost layer of your body, which consists of organs such as your nails, hair, and skin. And it also provides protection and synthesis and storage of nutrients, sensory reception, and excretory and secretion. So for this specific lab, we analyze different fabrics to relate them to certain tissues to see how they would typically function and what they would actually look like.
So hi guys, so to start off for the first tissue is called simple squamish, and to display what we have a thin cotton fabric, possibly polka dotted, and represents many nuclei, as you can tell. So the simple squamous tissue is found in the air sacs in the lungs. Simple means one layer. The tissues must be thin as air, it will allow the air to pass through freely. The next one we have is cartilage. And to represent the cartilage, we have a tarp canvas, which is an outdoor fabric that stands up on its own, so it's like burlap. And the cartilage tissue gives your nose and ears its form. It must be rigid and enough to stand on its own, so your ears. Next tissue is the transitional tissue. It's stretchy like lycra or jersey, so as you can tell, really stretchy. And the transitional tissue is found in the bladder. As the bladder fills up with urine, it needs to stretch. So when it fills up, it needs to expand without tearing, and this tissue stretches in all directions. So as you can tell, all directions. And the next tissue we have is adipose. And to represent the adipose tissue, we have a thicker but fluffy fabric, preferably yellow, to give a hint of a type of tissue. So as you can tell. And the adipose tissue is a fat tissue, so it is used as a cushion around organs. Adipose also has a distinct color, thinking of cooking oil. So kind of close enough. Adipose kind of is like yellowish. This tissue so far is the stratified squamish. And to represent the stratified squamish, we have waterproof outdoor fabric, not too thick, so it's not too thick, as you can tell, not too thick. Then it's waterproof, so as you can tell, waterproof. And it needs to be flexible, but it could be fake leather type. That's what we use to represent it. And the stratified squamous tissue is composed of cells in a continuous layer, stratified meaning layered. This tissue is found in the epidermis, so the outer layer of the skin. This tissue is strong and also keeps your skin waterproof. As you can tell, waterproof.
So next is the fibrous connective tissue, which is represented by this metallic fabric, and the fibrous connective tissue is extremely strong because it contains dense collagen fibers, which is displayed with the rough and dense metallic fabric. It doesn't really stretch that much, and it's found in tendons and ligaments in the body. Next is the epithelium with villi, and the villi are finger-like projections that extend from the cell, which is represented through the sequence, and they're found in the digestive system and increase surface area. Next is skeletal muscle, which is very, very stretchy. The skeletal muscle contracts and relaxes, which is represented by how the fabric stretches. The muscle length increases and decreases in one direction, which is when you stretch it. Skeletal muscles are arranged in long parallel rows of fiber as well. Next, we have cilia, which is represented by the hairy kind of fabric. And cilia are like tiny hairs that extend from the cell, represented by the hair on the fabric. They're found in the respiratory system and sweep inhaled particles to the throat, in which they can be swallowed. So that is represented by this fabric right here with the long hairs. Last but not least, we have the loose connective tissue, which is represented by this tulle fabric. And with loose connective tissue, it is loosely composed of collagen and elastic fibers, and the fibers are randomly arranged, which the tissue also acts as a membrane to hold the intestines together. Thank you. Okay, go.
Hi. Today, no, my name is Lily. Today,
Matt, were you doing it?
working on this, I'll share with you guys the slides so you can make your QR code and upload it there. Okay? Yes?
Yes.
Thank you guys for doing this.
Everyone model.